Welcome to the making of a DM. Are you focusing on results or problems? Not sure? Well, today's episode, we're going to break this down step by step and share the raw truth with you. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. Thank you very much for being here today. Well, it's the week of Christmas. It may be past, depending when you're listening to this. Christmas 2020. I want to share some stuff with you as I'm sitting here in beautiful Kirtland Hills / Mentor, Ohio, at the estate with the fam. If you can hear my voice, a tad sick, just coming out with the sinuses and all that fun stuff with the cold weather. My body's not used to this. I'm usually in Florida by now. But that's what I want to talk to you about today and many things. But just kind of like everyone has life going on. And I think we oftentimes, as hardcore charging entrepreneurs, we don't really talk about it because it doesn't really serve us. And the truth is, as I'm talking to you, my kids were sick for a couple days. Now I got sick. I was down for a couple days. I just got a call early morning from my father. My mom's got rushed to the hospital. She has double pneumonia, 3 infections on her lungs, and she'll be in there for the next 4 to 5 days at least, they're saying. So kind of a pretty big deal. And as all this stuff is going on, I'm very fortunate that I built my companies to produce revenue without me being engaged. See, I remember back in the day, if I didn't work, I didn't make money. Literally, I didn't make money. And I'm not talking I got sick days or paid vacations and shit like that. I'm talking running a real numbers. I see so many people that make decent income, but the second they stop, their income stops. If you have something built like that, you don't have a business, that's a fact. You have a high-paying job with no benefits. Because if you stop working, you don't make money. If you have a job and you stop working because you're sick, you get sick time. If you take a vacation, you get paid vacation. We all know at the entrepreneur level, that's not how it works. But it can be designed to work that way. You have to start creating a structure. You have to start thinking about how to build this business. The greatest question I ask myself all the time in my companies is, how can my company serve me instead of me serving the company? See, I have the flexibility. I'm getting ready to actually, probably in the next hour after I get done with this podcast show, probably hop in the car and stay a couple nights with my father. It's only 10 minutes from the hospital where my mother's at, to be able to hang out. I'm not hanging out stressing about, oh my God, is money coming in? Oh my God, I got to call Nancy the seller. Oh my God, I got to call this person or that person. There's a lot of moving parts going on. Unfortunately, today I had to let someone go. A very nice person. It's not because I don't like them. It's because my job as a leader in a company is we have to make tough decisions at all times. See, it's easy to make a tough decision when things are all tough. The truth is my life's not that tough. But I have to make tough decisions that I don't want to make, but I have to because you're the leader. See, a lot of people are saying they're leaders and this and that, but their life clearly shows that they're not. I'm not saying it to be a dick. I'm saying it for the facts is that so many people talk the game until the rubber meets the road. But as I'm sitting here thinking about the people that want to be business owners, but all their actions, all their steps, Everything they do is just adding more work to their plate. Well, I'm going to start a new blah. I'm going to do this and that, and I'm going to take charge finally. I'm going to hire another person because I don't like doing that. All these things require you to do the work. See, if you don't like hiring, you could hire someone to hire people for you. It's called a recruiter, right? I'm not good at hiring. That's the truth. I suck at it. I like people. I tend to like people more than I should. And I hire fast and fire slow. I know that's a problem, so I address it constantly. I'm focused on it. I let the KPIs give me direction. I don't fire anybody that don't fire themselves, truthfully, in one way, shape, or form. But back to the initial point, like, I'm sick, my kids are sick, things are happening, it's 2020, we got Christmas literally 4 days away from when I'm recording this show for you, and the companies are producing a lot of money. They're breaking records every single day, every single week, every single month, even in 2020. I'm not out telling my friends, man, I'm having a tough day, I'm sick. Truth is, no one even knows unless I tell you. Let's just be straight. No one gives a fuck except you. I know it's a little tough, but it's the truth. No one cares if you're sick. No one cares if you can't do the job. No, they just want the job done. See, I don't know why people think everything has to be easy. Everyone has to talk about all their negative shit. Like, it's almost like, dude, you think that's bad. I had double pneumonia. You only had single pneumonia. See, that goes on every day. It serves zero. It serves no one. Zilch. I don't care about your problems. I genuinely don't. It sounds like a dickhead move. I'm talking on the business level. If I cared about everyone's problems, I would be so inundated with problems, I wouldn't have time to create opportunity to solve a lot of these problems. A lot of these problems are tied to money. See, if you're a business owner and you don't have your shit set up right, and things are going good, well, guess what? Newsflash. Things don't always go good. Even though right now we're crushing it in business. Seriously, financially crushing it. All of our companies have record-breaking months, literally. I'm on high alert. I know this is not the norm. We're setting for structure, for growth, but we're also protecting the downside with implementation, systems, new hires, etc. This isn't forever. It can't be perfect every day. Too many of you are out here feeling too good. It's too easy. I have some guys right now, they brag about making $1 million a month. The problem with them bragging, and you might be thinking, that's a lot of money. Well, if that's what you're thinking, you're not making enough. Because $1 million a month in business is not a lot of money. It's only $12 million a year. $12 million a year in this world is nothing. We want more. But these guys are bragging about making $1 million a month. The problem with it is if they stop working, they make zero. The problem is they're out doing something different, buying new cars, taking jets, new places all the time. That's a problem. Instead of having their foot to the gas pedal down, flooring it, hiring great people, building infrastructures, and getting $1 to $2 million to $4 million to $6 million a month, they're not taking advantage of the opportunity that's in front of them. By the way, I'm not judging this. This is easier said than done. I've done this myself. When I was a young, immature, wannabe business owner, I would be making great money, and I'd start getting super laxed. 3 months later, I'd be stressing out because I don't know how I'm going to pay the bills. And then I'd figure it out because I was in the trenches working it. And then I'd get back to being comfortable and I'd repeat the cycle. So I'm not talking shit to the people I'm talking about. I'm talking about the truth. If I could go back and tell myself what I would do different is to constantly be aware, to constantly know this is just a moment in time for the grand scheme of pictures. This is going to be the normal, not the best. This will be a norm. $1 million a month is the norm. 5 million a month is the best. Then you get to 5, then that becomes your new norm, and then go to 10, etc. These are the things we have to be talking about. See, the reason I use I'm talking about, me being sick, my mother being in the hospital and all this stuff, is not for a sympathy. It's because I genuinely don't call anybody and talk to them about it. And I have people that call me like, dude, Mark, you don't understand, man, I'm so sick. I don't care. No, man, this is bad, man. I think I got COVID. I don't give a fuck. Why are you calling me? I don't have the cure to COVID. I don't have the cure to your sickness. Call your doctor if you want someone to help you. Why are you calling and communicating with people on a consistent basis about the bad stuff? Oh, man, this guy's not paying me. What should I do? Evict them. That's what you do. What the fuck? You already know what to do. Why are you calling me? Call your eviction lawyer and have him handle your problem. Most people communicate about problems. I genuinely only want to communicate about solutions. I will fire people faster than anything or cut them out of my life faster than anything. I give them 3 strikes. If it's problem, you're out. Your problems are not mine or other people's problems. Stop making them so, or tried to make them so. It doesn't serve you. It actually makes you look like a dumbass, especially if you're aware of it. Don't listen to me, by the way. Just open your ears and pay attention to the conversations you have. People that are talking to you, people that are conversating. We did a party recently on Zoom, and everyone, this is very interesting to me, by the way. Very interesting. Every single person, this is a big company, by the way, and every single person went around like, hey, 30 minutes of what they're great, for 30 seconds, I should say, of what they're grateful for and kind of all that good stuff. Well, 2020's been challenging. Wait a minute. You're making more money. Every single person at that company's got a raise. Every single person got a bonus. Every single person, what the fuck is challenging? Are there challenges? Yes, but isn't that every day? And isn't it all relative? You're challenged. You can't go out of the house. Well, yes, you can, right? You could if you want. Why not? Your challenge is what? What is your challenge? Well, COVID. Dude, I don't care about COVID. Why are we making that the forefront of the conversation? Again, it is what it is. I don't personally care about it. I don't give 2 fucking thoughts about it. Why? Because it doesn't serve me. Here's one thing I know COVID's done for us. It's got everyone a lot more focused and everyone's making a lot more money. So why everyone's complaining COVID's bad, COVID's terrible, COVID, blah, 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 blah. Dude, in my world, COVID has helped us. It's made people realize what's important in life. More importantly for me, it's made me realize how fucking sheepish people are. You can control a lot of people with fear. Again, don't believe me. Open your eyes. It's everywhere. Everywhere. But as I'm sitting here, I listen to this stuff and I'm trying to understand why people communicate this way. Why? Do you think it always, oh man, it's so rough. It's bad. One of my guys today, he was telling me, he's like, man, I sent out an email. It didn't work. Did you send out the email? Yeah. Well, that worked. Did people open it? Yeah. 50% open rate. Well, fuck, that worked. How many deals did you get? 3. So what the fuck didn't work? You got 3 deals out of it. Well, I thought I'd get more. So wait a minute. What didn't work? Your expectations didn't work out like you thought, or the fucking email didn't work? See, we're almost programmed. A lot of people are programmed to say things don't work. This didn't happen. You don't understand. Well, if you were in my shoes, you would think differently. Mark, that's easy for you to say because you have money or blah, 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 blah. It's all this bullshit that keeps you from your next best version of yourself. It starts with you. You might be the one calling your friends with all this bullshit anyways. And the truth is you might not even know it. In all seriousness, my friend, we don't really, I don't talk about this shit. I'm not saying this because I'm better than anybody. I'm very conscious of what goes in my brain and comes out of my mouth. I'm in control over that, by the way, and so are you. Pay attention. Why are people saying certain things? I just got an email I was looking at, and this guy's like, Corona is so bad. First of all, I know the guy that owns this company. He doesn't even believe in Corona, which is fine. I think it's the best scam in the world, too. But not to say it's not a strain of flu or something, but that's real. I believe in that. But I don't believe it's a death sentence, nor does he clearly. But in his email, he sends out an email, and he paints this picture of so bad, so much fear. He's copywriting, by the way, selling. And he's talking about how bad Corona is. And you need masks, and you need this, and you need that. He's a prepper. So he's selling fear. He'll make a lot of money today with that email. But it's weird to me that people allow you allow that stuff to infiltrate your brain and control your decisions and conversations. I was talking to a guy on Friday, and I have a mastermind called the Dealmaker Family. There's 33 guys in it. It's $35,000 a piece per year. If you think that's a lot of money, you don't know anything about this group. And two, it's a massive investment in yourself. And it's funny, the guy has the money. He has over $2 million. I know because we talked about it. And I was like, dude, it's 35 G's. This is a no-brainer. First of all, I didn't even call it. We weren't even talking about this. We were talking about something I was working on and something he was working on. If there's an opportunity. And he's like, dude, your insights are powerful. I learned more in this 30-minute call than I have in the last 3 years in the game. Do you teach us stuff or something? I was like, well, I have a small mastermind. Boom. And then we just start talking about that. He has the money. He knows he needs help. And he can't make a decision to pull the trigger. People love to put themselves in agony. That call, that 1 hour call I was on with him, was worth $35,000 to where he's going, for sure. And way beyond. I already know because I've already seen his text back to me with some of the moves he's already made to make it a no-brainer. But it's still interesting. He still hasn't pulled the trigger. And then he went into this analogy of why he can't pull the trigger yet because he's got to gamify the system to make the money out of thin air and blah, 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 blah. And listen, that's all cool and fine and dandy, but that's broke talk. I know, but Mark, you just said he had $2 million in the bank. I did, but being broke has nothing to do with money. It could be mentality, his whole mentality. I know people have millions of dollars, but dude, they live like shit. They don't take care of themselves, and they don't buy themselves anything because their mentality drives it. That's why they're constantly generating more money. They just don't know what to do with it. The truth is, the more money broke people have mentally, the more risk they are for trouble. Like it's bad for them because now they have more money. They can't do anything more with it. It really is a weird cycle. This guy would be a huge addition. We could help him and he could help a lot of people. But yet so many people are so afraid to invest in themselves. It's only $35,000. When I say only, it's not a lot of money. See, I have partners I pay out over $1 million a year. And they're passive partners in companies. I would never be able to do that if I'm not sharing with what I'm sharing, unlocking the brain and understanding. Like, I'm not trying to figure out how to pay people less. I'm trying to figure out how to pay people more. I'm included in that, by the way. How can I pay myself more? I'm the best dividend stock, best dividend piece in my life. If I get a personal trainer, is that a cost or an investment? It's a massive investment, because if I'm healthier, more mental clear, and I'm feeling good and moving good, guess what? I'm going to live longer, feel better, make better decisions, and make more money, help more people, be around longer, and all that, right? How the hell could that be a cost if that's what the results are from that action? That's the intentions of the action, right? Same thing with investing in masterminds and groups. You're not investing in me if I'm the leader of that group. You're investing in yourself. There's an interesting thing that happens. You've done this, by the way. You've experienced this, by the way, even if you've never invested in a mastermind. You remember those new pair of shoes, the new purse, the new shorts or jeans or t-shirt or sweatshirt or whatever you bought? You didn't tell anybody. You step outside and someone's like, wow, nice pants. Where'd you get those? Or nice shirt. Or nice car. You didn't tell anybody anything. That's what draws into you. Because you made an investment in yourself. You liked it so much, the universe opens up and lets other people fill it with you and acknowledge you. See, when people invest in themselves in masterminds, I've seen this happen for me every single time, and everyone around me, is as soon as you make that financial investment mentally and physically, sending the money, something unlocks. Your worth value goes up massively. It's scary. It's a tad overwhelming. But dude, that's called life. It's how one reacts when they get overwhelmed. How one reacts when they get scared. See, if you're even thinking about a mastermind, it's because it's been put on your shoulder to be thought about and to make an action about. Either say yes or no. You sitting around thinking about it and not acting on it is causing you more pain and more frustration than anything. Not every mastermind is right for everybody either. I'm not saying that. But I can tell you this, I've been a part of a lot of masterminds since I was 18 years old, now 42. And I can tell you right now, even if my expectations weren't met with the mastermind curriculum, if you will, my results from the relationships I built just by meeting one new person in my life would change my trajectory forever, every single time. And I've done this with 5K mastermind groups a year, and I've done it with 100K a year mastermind groups. The people in the room that you meet, just think about what happens. They had to unlock themselves. They had to go through this mental barrier to make that 35K investment. That alone is a qualifier to want to connect, if you will. See, I know everyone talks about like, Mark, masterminds, I'm paying for who's in there. Kind of, but you're really paying for who's not in there. It's the gate, if you will. The entry fee is $35,000. You enter upon that gate, it is amazing. One of the guys, Jennings, in the DM family recently messaged me and said, dude, this has been the best investment I've ever made. Not only that, like I'm a slow starter, but we're crushing it. Now, I'm not taking credit for his efforts, but what I'm saying is he thought about joining for a long time. And when he made the decision, he was still scared. But the key here is he made a decision. See, when you transfer money like that, $35K, you're investing in yourself. I know everyone's like, dude, I believe in myself. Cool, it's $35,000. Whoa, man, do you have a payment plan? Well, dude, if I believe in myself, I'll take every dime I have in my account and beyond. I'm all in. I truly think this is what separates. I know this is what separates winners from whiners or wieners. It really is. making the big decision for yourself, for your future, for your family. And yet so few people will ever do it. It's mind-boggling to me. But I can tell you right now, they're watching the junky news. They're listening to social media, talking shit to everyone online, soaking up their batteries, draining their batteries on negative stuff. I want you to stop and think for a second because right now, like I said, right before Christmas of 2020, I want you to think back 6 months ago. It's the same shit, just a different story. But the difference is where you're 6 months past life. You're 6 months in the game. Are you further ahead or further behind? Are you making moves? Are you making better investments? Are you making more money or less money? Are they controlling your emotional welfare? Are they controlling your health? Are they controlling your wealth? Are you allowing this bullshit to continue? Or actually, are you standing up and taking charge of it? I hope you guys here at the DM podcast truly take charge of every aspect of your life. As I'm sitting here, my mother is deathly ill in the hospital, and I'm working. I don't want to. I don't have to. I need to, because I made a commitment to do the show to you. I make $0 from you. I don't have sponsors. I do it because I genuinely want to help the people that want to help themselves. Indeed, we have the thing called the DM Alliance. You could partner with me in your real estate company. It's $5,000 up front and 20% of profits. I make more money when you make more money. I like that. It's a massive daily education. Every day they're doing calls 6 days a week. My guy Christian and Ken run that. They're amazing. People crush it with that company. If that's something that interests you, you could always message me. Say DM Alliance. If you're higher level and you got dude, I want to be in the DM family. One, you got to be making $1 million a year at least, minimum, gross, rev. Message me DM family. You can do that on social media, anywhere, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Let me know what's up. It's $35,000. Don't text me and say, I got questions. That's your problem. You always got questions. I want to know what your answers are. People that always have questions never have answers. Why? Because they're too afraid to make a fucking decision. They're too afraid to answer something because they might be wrong. Well, I'm just kind of like a hands-on person, Mark. I'm kind of just a analyzer. That's you lying to yourself, being a bullshit con artist to your brain to suffice your pussy non-active self. Seriously. It's a procrastinator's dream. Man, I got to get everything in order, A to B, C, D. That's how it works. Need to see the full picture. Dude, the truth is the full picture never exists because where you're at today and where you'll be at 12 months from now are totally different, and that full picture will drastically change with massive effort. I want you to know I care about you, but as I'm sitting here, like I said, my mom is sick. I've built my companies. This was not always this way, by the way. It's only been like this for about the last 12 years. I've built my companies to generate revenue if I'm working or not working. Could I make more if I work? Maybe. Oftentimes, I actually make less. How could that be, Mark? Well, because I mess stuff up. I don't follow procedures. I break things. I push people too hard. People quit. People say no. You know what I mean? Like, these are real infrastructures. And I'm just talking real with you. See, most entrepreneurs I know, they think they are the golden goose. And if you're the golden goose on the daily habits, daily activities, and again, in the beginning, you have to. A lot of it. But when you've been doing this for 14 years and you're still in the beginning, do you not see a problem with that? I'm not saying not work. I'm just saying, where do you work at? What do you work on? What are you thinking? What are you delegating? What are you eliminating? Where are you pivoting? You have to constantly be looking at pivot moments. If 2020 hasn't allowed you to pivot, you're missing the boat. And I'm not saying being a leader is easy, guys. I'm not. Truth is, I hate it sometimes. I have to show up when I don't want to. I have to do things I don't want to do all the time, like letting someone go that's very nice right before Christmas, hiring people and paying a lot of money for things. Like, I don't want to do all that, but it comes with the territory. And the truth is, if I didn't have mentors to guide me through those moments in the beginning, there's no way I'd be here today. There's no way my companies would be generating millions of dollars a month without me actively being involved in the day-to-day. See, I talk about one-to-many all the time. I have amazing people. If you're on my team, on any of my companies, and I get a call or text from you, I have a rule. If I'm like, shit, what do they want? Or, here we go again. I pay attention to that emotion. I write it down. If it happens again, I have to address it. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's them. Maybe it's both of us. Typically, it's them. And I'm sharing this with you because most people are not aware or conscious of what they're saying and what they're listening to. If you see the world negative, like, for example, when I say pay $35,000 for a mastermind, oh, Jesus, man, I thought you were making a lot of money. Why would you charge that? You're negative. That says everything about you. $35,000, first of all, is not a lot of money. And if it is, that's a problem in itself. Secondly, it's the hardest thing I do financially and mentally. I make the least amount dollar per hour. It's manual labor. I've capped it off at 33 people, so I only have maximum upside. Terrible business idea. It's not a business, by the way. It's a high-paying job for me, straight up. But as I've said before, it's my most rewarding thing I get to do. I meet guys where they're at, where they're going. I'm a part of the journey. I see them go from $1 million to $5 million. I see them pivot into different companies. One guy just pivoted and made $700,000 on one deal. His biggest deal before that was $120,000. He pivoted. Not only that, what's most exciting about that, he partnered with the guy in the DM family. They did it together, and they're both going to make an extra $10 million collectively on that deal. $35,000 a lot now. Another guy, we shared with him how to start something, and he started it, which is really cool to see. And literally, he raises more money with one message than he ever has in his entire life, calling people for 20 days. And it's just because he has a different structure. He pivoted, and he's doing the work. And again, I want to be straight up. I'm not taking the credit for them doing the work. But this work happens when you're in an environment that allows it to be productive and conducive to your thoughts. People want to see you succeed in the DM family. If you get rich, that doesn't mean I can't get rich or anyone else can't get rich. If you do a big deal, that doesn't mean I get jealous and I can't do a big deal and I'm trying to compete against you. It means, how do we collaborate and do more big deals together? I want you to be auditing your thoughts. I want you to be auditing your conversations with others, especially around Christmas. If you're living right now and you're alive listening to this, because I don't know many dead people that listen to my show, but physically dead, I should say. A lot of dead people out there just walking around as zombies. That's a whole nother story. But in all seriousness, for you, pay attention to family and friends and like all these people around you. I love my family. I can only handle them in so much in doses. They talk about stuff I don't think about. They say stuff that I have no clue where it's even coming from. They blame everything on everybody. No accountability, no responsibility, nothing. It's all the news and media's fault. It's all the other person's fault. And none of that shit serves anybody. And I'm not knocking them. I'm just talking the facts. We have to realize that our brain has to be protected. It's just like working out. If you put good food in your body, do you think you feel better and look better or worse? Feel better and look better, right? Well, with your brain, if you're putting in positive stuff constantly, do you think you're going to be sharper and smarter and see things differently or worse? You're going to see it a lot better. The news is not a place to gather information. The social media platforms are not the place to gather information. There's agendas on all fronts. But COVID or no COVID, this shit's been going on forever. It's just heightened at the highest level at this point because it's very clear. If you see someone driving around in a mask in their car by themselves, you know they fucking listen in the news 24/7. If you're really that scared in life, which I absolutely feel sorry for, because life is not scary. Not living is scary to me. We have to hunker down and buckle down and really pay attention to what's going on and what you can control. You can control when you wake up. You can control when you go to sleep. You can control. I mean, guys, listen, by the way, all this shit's adjusted on the fly. That's why you need to anchor it down when it's easy, because it's really hard to do it when it's hard, even though you still got to do it. But my daughter was up recently, 2 days ago, from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. I was up with her. I get up early, but that's really early, considering I went to bed at 10, getting up at 1. I don't want to get up. I didn't have, you have to, though. You have to adjust. Change the day a little bit. Adjust accordingly. But the real secret to everything I'm sharing with you here, as I'll make my point again, is gratitude. If you're hanging out with your family and they're talking shit, just say, guys, can't we just be thankful that we're all here and healthy? Well, besides you, Uncle Joe, semi-unhealthy, get that shit together. But all of us rather are healthy. We're not dead. Heavens forbid my mother passes away today. That would be terrible, by the way. But it's a real thing that could happen to any of us. It could happen to me. She could outlive me. We just never know. Aren't we just great? I'm genuinely just grateful. And when I was laying in bed sick for the last 2 days, I did a lot of cool stuff. I didn't want to think, like I was sick like that, where your bones and skin hurt. But I just laid there and I'm like, I text my assistant and say, here's what I want you to send to all the guys. I sent out a bunch of gifts. I sent out over 100 gifts while I was laying in bed, sick. Letting them know I'm thinking about them, letting them know I'm grateful for them. More importantly, and this is a big one, up-leveling them where they're at to where they're going. Pushing them. We all need pushed. We all need prodded. We all need guidance. This includes me. We all get it from different channels. But a lot of people aren't getting any from anybody because they just don't realize the value in it. But when I'm laying there sick, what do you do when you're sick? Complain, bitch, moan, and groan. I can't go anywhere. This sucks. This is hard. I'm not saying none of that's true, but who cares? No one cares except you. Lay in the tub, which I did. Relaxed, look out the window, saw the birds chirping. Heard the birds chirping, I should say. Saw the birds flying around. Saw a couple deer. Saw some wild turkey. And just man, thank God I can see. Thank God all this or that, right? So we need to really identify what's important to you. If you want to grow, you got to shut off the junk. If you don't, why are you even listening to this podcast show? I'm assuming you want to grow. I'm assuming you want to forge ahead. And I challenge you to step your game up. Join the DM Alliance if you're a real estate investor trying to figure out how to get to $100,000 a month. Join the DM Alliance. The team will support you. They'll guide you. They'll give you the tools. They'll work on your marketing plan. They'll help guide you on your daily KPIs. I mean, it is the most powerful thing I've ever seen done. And yet it needs to be way bigger. That's my fault, by the way. And that's why I'm talking about it more, because it changes people's lives. And I hope it can change your life if you get involved. That one's only $5,000 to start. And we make money when you make money, 20% of the wholesale deals. And we show you how to do that. We help you, guide you, we push you, we show you how to spend more money on marketing. I mean, it's very powerful. And I've seen guys go from $10,000 a month in that group to over $100,000 a month within 6 months, if not sooner. So that's always exciting. And then if you're a higher level guy or gal doing $1 million a year minimum in gross rev, I'd love to connect with you about the DM family. I don't care what business you're in. We have guys in the e-com space, the roofing space, the real estate space, social media space, the email media marketing space, if I said that already. But it's big. There's a lot of amazing things going on in there. Product creation space, affiliate networking. It's pretty powerful. But as I'm sitting here like that, just message me DM family or DM Alliance. The DM family's $35K a year, and we get to work. It's a 12-month program. We meet 3 or 4 times a year. And depending when you're listening to this, if you get in the end of January, we'll be meeting in Key West at a badass resort for 3 days with the family. That would be really amazing, as all events are amazing. But this is a particular special one. We got some cool stuff going on. So there's no more waiting. Too many people are waiting to keep waiting. My question is, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting for? Make the move now. Don't do it for me. Do it for you. I'm telling you, I've seen it happen every single time someone's invested money. I've seen a light bulb go off so bright and so powerful. It's amazing. If you've never experienced that, it's not because you can't. It's just because you haven't made the decisions to experience it. It's scary. It's overwhelming. You think you're going to lose everything. You're thinking you're being naive. I mean, all these weird emotions that control us is wild. So my goal is that my intentions are that you control the emotions and get a handle on it and make decisions. And that's what leaders have to do. Very logical, have to make decisions. And it's usually not easy decisions. It's the big ones. I'd much rather have massive decisions to make, good or bad, than to make a bunch of small Mickey Mouse decisions like, where are we eating at today? I don't care. Just food is fine. Let's go. You know what I mean? So we got to pick our battles. And I hope this finds you well. I hope you have an absolute amazing Christmas and New Year's if I don't talk to you before then. I'm thinking about you guys. I'm rooting for you. I want nothing but the best for you. I can't do it for you. I can only guide the horse to the water, but we can't make them drink it, right? And I appreciate you guys. I'm serious. I'm pushing this. If you guys could do me a huge favor, get over to iTunes and leave a 5-star rating. Let me know you do so. I'll send you a cool gift. As well as, I don't charge anything for this. So if you have a friend or 2 or 5 that you think could benefit from the making of a DM, feel free to share it with them. Please let them know that this is real hard-hitting stuff, no BS, no fluff. And if they don't like cussing, I would not refer it to them. But it is, it's real and genuine. I really am taking the time out of my day to give you guys as much guidance as I can to help you have a better future. And I hope you take this information and learn from it. More importantly, implement it and enjoy the results from it. So with that said, have an amazing day. Have an amazing holiday. Stay safe. And if you need anything, hit me up. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. And I come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should have held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2 8-figure business. businesses. I can walk away from it all, and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose, yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm more Kevin DM. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. DM project.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.